Hi guys, I'm back with another video about how to overcome anxiety and depression. So, um, so I just want to tell a story real quick. So, this was years ago, probably over 10, mm, maybe 12 to 15 years ago. It was quite some time ago. And I had this job where people would call in. There was different products that we sold. But one was for, it was actually for a cassette tape. That tells you how old I am. So it was for cassette tape for people who had anxiety and depression. And people would call in regarding this. It was like a bundle of like 10 different tapes that would help people with anxiety or depression. I believe it was like positive affirmations, but there were various things on the tapes. So when these people would call in, they would tell me about like the episodes that they have, like how they hear voices telling them to do things that tell them to do bad things. Some of them were schizophrenic, or what, doctors have all these labels: schizophrenia, bipolar, um, different, they just, a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, or they would say sometimes they would be certain places and they would just have these panic attacks telling them that they were going to die and that this was going to happen. They would get really scared and kind of start hyperventilating, and it would take toll on their physical health. So it just, I just never forgot that. And it was kind of one of the more rewarding jobs. It was lower pay, but being able to talk to people and help people to overcome those things. They would say that they would be taking medication or some type of thing to help them, um, but actually helping them to realize that that wasn't the source of the issue. Pretty much medication just masks the symptoms and kind of help you to just deal with it, but that doesn't take care of the root of the problem. But that was a rewarding thing, to be able to just be able to encourage them and help them to um, just kind of see, or kind of pinpoint where the issues come from and give them another way to deal with it, or a better way. But I believe truly, like, how to overcome anxiety and depression and those thoughts, especially evil and negative thoughts, are with God. There's really no other way, because we all have those temptations to let evil and negative thoughts come in. They always try to come in, but it's about if you entertain them and let them take root in your mind. So if you have a negative thought that comes in regarding anything negative or evil, you have to automatically declare and decree the power of God to take over that. Say, I declare and I decree the power of your spirit to take over my mind, Father. My Father in heaven, I declare and I decree the power of your spirit over my life, my thoughts, my mind, body, soul, heart, spirit, feelings, emotions, perceptions. I mean, I list it all. When I pray, it's very specific. And sometimes you have to be very specific. And when you have those thoughts come in, you have to immediately take control by praying, because that's pretty much, I feel that's the only way. I mean, unless you're self-medicating or doing something else. Maybe people have other ways, but I know for me, that's the only way to um, get rid of any kind of thoughts. And they may not be, as evil as some other people may get, or whatever the case may be. Any type of thoughts that are negative in any kind of way, or discouraging or doubtful, and make me believe against the faith that I have in God, then those immediately have to be um, cast down by prayer. And that's the strongest thing that you can have. So how to really get rid of anxiety and depression is to have a strong faith in God and be able to declare and decree those things over your thoughts. So again, so when you feel, stress coming in, or worry, that's another big thing. Worry, if things are not going a certain way, it can be financial worry, it can be worry about your health, any of that. You can't let those thoughts take over. Once they do try to, it's like analogy of Your mind is like a door, and it knocks in, because the devil works through thoughts, and that's the only way he gets through people, is through thoughts, and those thoughts become actions. So when those thoughts knock on the door of your mind, you need to immediately cast those away. You don't open the door and welcome them in and converse with the thoughts, and examine the thoughts, and entertain them. You have to immediately cast those down. So a lot of times when, things are not going well, or you may be worried, like I said, a lot of people have financial worry, and I've had those times as well. And those thoughts try to creep in of worrying. Well, how is this going to work? Or what am I going to do? Give it to God and let it go, and pray over it. Declare and decree the power of God's Spirit over your situation, over your financial situation, over your health, over whatever may be going on. Give it to God, believe, pray, have faith, and let it go. Because worrying is not going to do anything, and it can actually make you even worse physically. Or say, something's going wrong, or in any kind of way. Any type of worry can play an effect on your physical health. So you have to really be careful of the thoughts that you let come in and that you entertain, because it will eventually affect you physically. It can affect your sleep. When you're laying down at night, that's when all the thoughts try to come in and try to, if there's anything going on in life, sometimes they try to come in at those times. A lot of people lose sleep. They're not able to have sleep. That was another thing that I've spoken with a lot of people, where they've had insomnia, meaning that they just cannot sleep. That comes from a busy mind, and the busy mind, um, you know, negative thoughts and worry usually. So just use the weapons that God gave you, and again, anytime you feel those thoughts come in, again, those two phrases, I declare and I decree, because anytime I, even start to feel a kind of way, or begin to be tempted to worry, about anything. So, Father, I declare and I decree the power of the Spirit over my mind, my thoughts, and feelings, my emotions, my beliefs, my perceptions, my desire, everything. And that can go with anything in life. Just declare and decree the power of the Spirit over your life, and everything, and everyone in your life. There's no need to worry. There's no need to have anxiety. Anxiety comes from worrying, or thinking about an outcome that hasn't happened yet. Or what if this, and what if that? Like, you don't even let it, don't even let it take over your mind like that. And it's really easy to let those things creep in. Sometimes we see certain things that trigger worry or doubt or anxiety, or thinking about someone or something in our family that, it can cause us to worry. So just give it to God and let it go, and God will give you peace no matter what situation you're in. He'll give you peace and joy, even in the midst of those situations where, you may not know the outcome, you may not know how things are going to work out, but you don't have time to sit and worry about it. That's for God to work out, and you put your trust in Him and give it to Him, and believe that He will work it out for the goodness of His will, and everything will work out exactly how it's supposed to. Because worrying and having anxiety, it's not gonna do anything beneficial for you to worry. So you might as well give it to Him, let it go, and go on with your life. Like I said, you still get those temptations. Even when you let it go, you still get those knocks on the door. Like, hello, remember you didn't figure. Give it to God, and listen for God's voice too when you need guidance on something. If you don't know how things are going to work out, or you may have, you may question, what you should do, or is there anything that I need to, like, God, how do I maneuver this? Like, what do I do? Where do I go? Pray about it, ask Him, and then make sure you stay silent and listen. Prayer is not just about asking for things and always putting in requests, but take a moment to just be peaceful and be still. Peace and be still. And just listen for His voice. And it took me a while to actually be able to come to a time, actually it wasn't until I got older, that I was actually able to really recognize His voice. I probably heard it when I was younger too, but really didn't get it all the way. And yeah, but everyone is different. But And then he will show you sometimes. He will show you in signs and different ways. So just listen for his voice and his guidance. And anytime you decide to worry and or get anxious about something that you can't even control, or whatever the case may be, give it to him, let it go, and keep your peace. And also, you want to declare all evil and negative um, thoughts to get it be removed from you and never return. I declare and I decree the power of the Spirit over all evil and negativity in my life or my home or whatever the case may be, and it is all removed from my life now and forever and will never return. Just declare and decree over that. Use your words. They are power. God gives us power through our words, and believe when you say them. So that would be how to get rid of any anxiety, depression, strife. The medication, again, is just masking the symptoms, and it really doesn't help people deal with the root of the problem. So let God be your medication. That's all you need. Prayer, His power, faith, and belief. That is it. All right. Till next time. I'll see you soon. Bye.